connected breathing, also known as rebreathing breathwork, rebirthing breathwork. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Bhavin Shah for you.
Hello, friends. Yes. So it's such an honor to be here in the midst of such distinguished speakers. And thank you, Anu, and thank you, everyone, for giving me a chance to contribute to your life. How many of you have heard of breathwork in some or the other form? Yeah? You heard of pranayams? Yeah? Okay. So what we're going to do today is something way different from pranayam actually, but it is yet a form of pranayam, you can say. How many of you have heard of Kriya Yoga? Very nice. How many of you have heard of Mahavatar Babaji by any chance? Okay, very nice. So what we are going to do is we happen to know a lot about lungs. It was such a pleasure knowing all this, and we perhaps have the right theoretical base, and your lungs are almost ready to start breathing now, you know, because they need some appetite as well besides all the wonderful things we got to know. So everybody is ready to start breathing in a unique way? Okay, so I've been given a particular slot, and I will just give you the briefing in short as to what we're going to be doing, after which we'll get into the process immediately. So, you know, each of you knows that, all of you agree that breath is almost our lifeline? Yeah? So, you know, breath, it is so commonsensical that breath gives us life, and the very fact that it is so commonsensical makes it kind of elusive, you know. Sometimes things which are most commonsensical, they just don't occur to you that they could be supremely powerful. So that which can give you life could be so very powerful. You perhaps have not experimented, or you have perhaps experimented in the past, but today you might get to know. But primarily, what does the breath do? The breath has a very strong base or a very strong correlation with emotions. How many of you feel that all your aspirations or visions in life, they are blocked by some or the other beliefs? Yes? Yeah, this is a very commonly known fact, you know, in the new age scenario, that all our aspirations, all our visions, all our dreams are blocked by beliefs. But most of the people know this, but they don't know why are the beliefs always held in place? How come the beliefs do not vanish by themselves, or with a good night's rest, or with a couple of pegs? Why don't the beliefs just go away? What do you think? Why are the beliefs in place? Because they happen repeatedly. Very nice. What else? Yeah? They protect us as well. Okay, so they serve a function somewhere. Okay, what else? We are conditioned. But how do we hold on to them? Very nice. How do we hold on to them? Ah, that's our essence in some way, at least the conditioned essence, if not the original essence, yes. It comes from authority. It is a trickle down, actually, you might mean. Yes, very nice. So one of the reasons why the beliefs are in place is because they have a glue that keeps them in place, okay? And this glue is that of your emotional charge, you know? So beliefs otherwise would collapse by themselves, right? But these emotions, because every time you formed a belief, there was a small or big troublesome incident which happened with it, you know. And this emotional charge exists in your emotional body, which is as good as your etheric body. In your aura, I could make it simpler. And it exists in the aura, that emotional charge, which keeps that beliefs in place. So the smarter way to go about, if you want to collapse a belief, is to directly work on the glue rather than working on the belief one at a time. Make sense? Yeah? Because you are actually doing away with that which is keeping the belief in place, you know. So this is the technology that I have to offer, that this emotional charge, one of the best methodologies, you know, to ensure that you whack away this emotional charge is the breath. And the beauty of the breath is that it is so nuanced. With every nuance of the breath, you can actually change the type of results that you want. So today I'm going to initiate you into one particular form of breath work. Anybody over here has heard of rebirthing? Okay, so rebirthing breathwork is a form of breathwork which is a conscious connected breathing. So conscious connected breathing in pranayam, if you know, we kind of take a conscious pause after inhaling and again a conscious pause after exhaling quite often. No, but in this particular form of breathwork, just like a newborn baby breathes, you know, it is like gapless. thoroughly gapless. Okay? So what is going to happen when we breathe this way? We are actually working at the level of your kundalini in a very safe and regulated manner. We'll be creating a kavacha. I'll be creating a kavacha from here. So don't bother. And in the process, you might experience, your kundalini gets triggered in a very safe and regulated manner. And at the same time, it works on all these emotional charges. And in its own way, it whacks away, all these beliefs which are glued to these emotional charges. As a result, you feel tremendously wonderful in your inner climate. And resultantly, when you do a longer process of this, because our inner and outer world are absolutely interconnected. So resultantly, you start seeing breakthroughs in your life and you're surprised, how come this happened, Just by my breathing, how come people are changing around me? How come the whole universe has gone into a conspiracy to support me? Interesting? Yeah? So we're going to breathe this way now. So I'm just going to show you the rhythm. And after which we will maybe take, depending on how much time we have, 10 to 15 minutes of breathing, and then again, some debriefing and some sharings from your side. So I'll show you the rhythm, okay? So there are by and large 4 rules around this. The first is that your breath has to be gapless. Okay, so there's absolutely no gaps between your inhale and exhale, and again your exhale and inhale. I'll show you a demonstration after a while. The second one is that your inhalation is noisy and nosy. It is forced, nosy. This way. It's not to the throat. It's not this one. It's as if you're sniffing something. Okay? Third one is the exhalation is totally relaxed, effortless, automatic. You just let the breath fall by itself. Okay? And the fourth one is the breath is kind of clavicular. So you kind of breathe first right, high, as high as possible into the upper chest. If you can breathe all the way up to the collarbone, And then automatically the rest of the body. So the whole torso, the diaphragm gets bloated later. Okay? So 4 rules. First one, gapless. Okay? The breath has to be totally gapless. This is the most important rule of all. Second, yes, so active inhalation. Okay? Noisy and nosy. Third, relaxed exhalation. Absolutely automatic. Let the breath fall by itself. There's no contribution from your side. You don't push it down. Okay? And the fourth, clavicular. Okay? So you breathe as high up into the upper chest as possible. Right? All set to breathe this way? Okay, so you can just close your eyes. Can we have some soft music or something? I don't know. Anu? Okay. Any chance? Yeah, so. Okay, so close your eyes and... Or you might want to see me doing a demo of that, yeah? Yeah. So it's not vigorous, okay? So it's not like a Kapalabhati wherein you are like, that's forced exhale. This is just forced inhale. Clear? Any questions? Okay. There you go. Let's start. Yes, keep your eyes closed. Active inhales and relaxed exhales. When you let the exhale be relaxed, you automatically get all the power to breathe in an active manner. The most important thing is to keep the breath gapless. Active, noisy, nosy inhales. See to it there's absolutely no gap between your inhale and exhale. So the moment you're done with your inhaling, you just let go of the breath right then and there. And the higher up you can breathe, the better it is. As we were discussing, all lung disease seems to be about loss of love. And breath is possibly God's promise to you every single moment that He loves you. So as you inhale, you are actually inhaling God's love every single time. Some of you may find it a bit uncomfortable, but yet keep breathing. The breath is capable of manifesting and surfacing for you whatever lies buried in your system and whatever is uncomfortable. So if at all anything is surfacing in the form of sensations or anything, just allow it to be. Just welcome it wholeheartedly and keep breathing. We do not want to miss one single breath. We need to take each and every breath consciously. And if you feel any sensations, just allow them to be. शरीर में किसी भी प्रकार के संवेदन हैं तो उसे होने दीजिए. Just allow the sensations to be. Breath is capable of digging out anything and everything that has been suppressed. And it would do that in a very safe, regulated manner for you, so that you no longer have to bear the burden of your own shadow, of your own suppressed emotions, of your own difficult past. It almost scoops all the negativity out of you. It can appear to be very basic and commonsensical, but it can do wonders. The key is to stick to every single breath consciously in a connected manner. We're going to breathe this way for 10 more minutes. Active inhales, relaxed exhales. And your relaxed exhales give you all the power to take the active inhales. And you can breathe this way for as long as you want. It can become very, very effortless. It's only a question of getting into the rhythm. Breath is that wonderful tool which runs voluntarily as well as involuntarily. You can manipulate your breath consciously, and even if you forget about your breath, it keeps happening by itself. And there is a strong hint there. It is one thing which is available to your voluntary system as well as your involuntary system. So it totally connects your conscious and your subconscious mind. So it is a tool at your disposal to use to scoop out all the negativity from the subconscious mind at your own pace and rhythm. And if breathing this way is causing any form of sensations, any form of headache, any form of pain, any form of heat or cold, just welcome it. It is your own negativity. It is the past that you have been holding on, which is just getting surfaced to be released once and for all. The biggest breakthroughs of life come when you let your past go. There's no point holding on to your shadow. So while the process could get difficult for a moment, it will reap extraordinary results after a while. You're going to breathe this way for 7 more minutes. And as you do this, you're obviously flooding your lungs with lots and lots of prana, with lots and lots of chi, with lots and lots of vitality and life force. And if you're feeling anything in particular which could be bliss or which could be your own pain body surfacing, whatever it is, just allow yourself to experience that consciously. Just let that happen. Totally welcome it, totally embrace it. It is your own pain body requiring your attention and your validation this time around, requiring your love this time around. And just embrace it totally, because as the Kundalini moves higher up the chakras, it has its own ways to heal you. Ways which appear mysterious, but ways which are extraordinarily powerful. So we're going to breathe this way for the last 3 minutes. And you would do well if you increase your tempo now. Just increase the number of breaths you take per minute, but let the breaths yet be voluminous and full. Last 2 minutes of conscious connected breathing. Be totally conscious of the way you're breathing and breathe vigorously now. Make it active. Blow up your lungs. Just flood your lungs with all the prana that you can summon, with all the kundalini that you can summon. And breathe as higher up as you can. And with every single breath, just see how you're flooding all your lungs with all the love, because every single breath is God's love to you. That's God's promise to you, and that's God's way of telling you that He's with you every single moment. Last 1 minute of conscious connected breathing. Keep your eyes closed. You lose as much as 12% of your prana through your eyes. It's like doing all the hard work to gather the prana and to lose it all through the eyes. So just keep your eyes closed for a while. Last 5 connected breaths. And as you do this, just keep your eyes closed and get back to your normal, relaxed breathing. And just keep your eyes closed and be with yourself. Simply be with yourself. Doing nothing in particular. You rarely take the time to do nothing in life. And there's nothing as profound as doing nothing. That's what samadhi is all about. Absolutely doing nothing. Just being all by yourself, in your own silence, in your own stillness, in your own inner climate. Simply being, doing nothing in particular, being in a space of openness and vulnerability, just allowing whatever is happening to happen, not resisting, only accepting, only embracing, only being with yourself unconditionally, without wanting to change the experience or shift the experience or transform the experience in any way whatsoever. We are not here to heal ourselves, we are here to hold ourselves. All healing happens when we hold ourselves in our own unconditional embrace, allowing ourselves to be exactly the way we are, doing nothing to fix ourselves, being in total unconditional acceptance and surrender. And for a moment experience myself to be born in the image of God, who is Himself always beyond any error and correction. So just be with yourself, doing nothing in particular. And as you do this, as you allow yourself to be exactly how you are, without interfering with yourself, without any intervention whatsoever, everything falls in place by itself. Everything just happens and sorts itself out simply by itself. The greatest mantra is when you do not interfere in your life experience. And when you do not interfere, everything falls in place by itself. In the image of the perfect pictures and the perfect incarnations of God that we are. So just be with yourself, doing nothing in particular. And as we do this, we will now do 3 omkars together and then gradually open our eyes. One last time. Gradually taking your own sweet time, open your eyes. How are you feeling? Yes? How are you feeling? Yes. So who would like to share what happened? Are you feeling fresh in your own way? Yes? Energetic? Yes? Do you think it was way different from what you quite often do in terms of breathing? Yes or no? Okay, so maybe we could have some quick sharings and then I could debrief. Yes.
I do a lot of I do a lot of breathing and kriya and everything and sadhana every day. That's my routine. But this was something really different, and I've never done this before.
Yeah.
And I could really sense the rise of the energy.
Yes.
Initially, when I started doing it, I started feeling heavy in my heart.
Yes.
The heart chakra was like, as if
Yes.
something is choking, suffocating.
Yes.
After some time, there was a release on that front.
Sure.
My shoulders were feeling a little heavy initially. That also later on kind of released.
Sure.
And then it was absolutely, very light feeling.
Yes.
And then after we finished, after 10 minutes, when,
Yes.
and we did, there's lot of energy that I could feel and sense, and my palm was like literally like a heartbeat, like
Sure.
both my hands were like thumping. So it
Sure.
was a wonderful experience.
Sure. Awesome.
And thank you so much for taking us through this. And I have some questions maybe later. This was
Sure.
my sharing, but I would like
Sure.
to ask
Sure.
some
Sure.
questions.
Yes. Who else would like to share? Yes, ma'am. Were you having a headache? Okay. Sure.
And then I couldn't continue for a longer time. Then I
Yeah.
could just not be myself. Like it was like a giddiness.
Right, right,
This. I
right.
opened my eyes. I hold myself.
Yes.
I went back again, and then it was becoming lighter and peaceful. And then I, in between, did not continue. Also, then I was moving with my flow of I want to take the breath. Then again I picked it up.
Okay.
But at the end of the session, the energies were rising till here and felt
Yeah.
very, very good.
Oh, very nice. Yes. Who else would like to share? Yes, ma'am, there, back there. Oh. How many of you felt any form of energy currents within? Yeah? This is what we call prana, okay? It's as simple as that. Prana, this is what it is. But in our regular life, we do not experience it, unless we amplify it for a while. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I started getting headache and my body started shivering. So
Yes.
I kind of then went with my own pace of breathing.
Sure.
Then I again picked it up.
Yes.
And when we kind of got done with it and you told us to do normal breathing,
Yes.
then the energy got stabilized. And when we started doing omkars, then everything got kind of centered for me.
Sure.
And the energy lifted up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, so anybody else? Anybody would like to share? Yes, sir, there.
I've done a lot of breathing like this.
Okay.
It's great fun. And Rob just wanted to say, he said, what did it feel like? And I said, I felt like an orgasm.
Ah.
But he then said, without the sleep afterwards, which was even funnier.
Yeah.
From a male point of view. Anyway, sorry, yes. The girls might find
You have said it all in a single word. Huh?
It's a good job I don't smoke as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so if you do it rightly, it surely feels like an orgasm, yeah, all by yourself. So basically what was happening is, since I do not have the time to have more sharings or do more clearances as to what is happening, but ideally what happens is when you breathe in this particular manner, your kundalini starts rising from the Mooladhara, and its own safe regulated manner, it goes all the way up to the Agnya Chakra and it comes back, and we did, yes? Yeah? Yeah, it is safe. So while I was around and there was ways in which I had created a kavacha over here. So if you do this by yourself, it is suggested that you do it in consultation with somebody who understands the Kundalini. So I would suggest each and every of you, because did you all realize that this was way different from the regular meditations or breath work? Yeah, it was more impactful, it is more delicate obviously. So if at all any of you has to do it, you do it in consultation with me or anybody who is a rebirthing breath worker or a chakra kundalini sadhak and who understands the nuances of all these things well. So obviously this was more impactful, just don't start doing it by yourself. It's supposed to be a guided process. And I had created Mahavatar Babaji's Kavacha over here, which ensures that everybody is absolutely safe. So yeah. Does that answer your question?
I will contact you after that.
Yeah?
I want to put some questions after that.
You want to put some question? Later on, yes, once I am done. Okay. So that's it from my side, and yeah, I'm just trying to honor the schedule that I was given. Yeah. So thank you so much. Yeah.